You're listening to Happy Healthy Hormones with Dr. Chris. Are you tired of the short-term patch to your health problems? Is avoiding medications and surgeries important to you? If you answered yes, then your prayers have been answered. Dr. Chris has been helping people transform their health for over a decade. He's a world-renowned health expert who specializes in holistic health. He's a professional speaker, chiropractor, and international best-selling author. It's his mission to help you reach your full God-given potential through holistic health and healing. Get ready to be inspired and transformed. Here's your host, Dr. Chris.
Hey everyone, this is the show where disease takes a dive and people come to thrive. So today I'm going to be talking to you about some of the most powerful antioxidants there are. And so there are a ton of different antioxidants out there. Almost everything that is alive has some form of antioxidant. Some are more powerful than others. There's blueberries, green tea, vitamin E, cranberry juice, superfoods from South America. The list can go on and on. Many of these are the weakest though. And so I'm going to talk to you about an antioxidant today that is one of the most powerful antioxidants. And in fact, it's 5,000 times stronger than many of those that I just listed there today. So let's get into it. Let's help boost your body, right? Let's give you some of the power that you need to get your body back on track. And sometimes antioxidants are just the thing that can do it. And if you feel like you're just doing everything wrong and you're putting everything wrong in your body and you're just not putting it together when it comes to an amazing lifestyle, antioxidants can be something that can just get you over that edge, keep you going until you can get that lifestyle you need. However, I warn you, do not use this as a crutch, because what will happen is you will just continue to procrastinate to finding the real cause of your problems. And then eventually, no antioxidant in the world can save you. So let's really get into it today. Let's help you understand what antioxidants are, what they aren't, what they can do for you, what they can't do for you. But at the end of the day, just do something. You know, when it comes to your health, you've just got to take action. Even if you think you don't know anything, you probably know a little bit more than you give yourself credit for. So what is an antioxidant? What is an oxidant? You know what I mean? Like, what are these things? Well, understand what oxidation is. So oxidation, a great example of that is metal being exposed to the elements of outside. What happens to that metal? Well, the body starts to rust. Same thing that happens in our bodies. When our bodies get exposed to bad elements around us, we start to rust. However, when we rust, it starts to rust our joints, our arteries, and our brain, which are the big ones, because those rusting parts are going to start to age us faster. They're going to create more pain in our body. They are going to degenerate us and age us exponentially quicker than God has created us to age. So when we look at an antioxidant or antioxidation, it's really the opposite. So the U.S. spends $30 billion a year on antioxidant supplements. So obviously there's something going on there, right? Now we've got to rethink our supplements, because people take a lot of different supplements. Man, people come into me all the time and they say, Dr. Chris, what should be the next supplement I'm taking? What should I be eating? What's the next food that has the best antioxidants? And I find people coming in just taking all kinds of supplements that, while they're great, they're not the biggest bang for your buck. And so people are taking just a lot of different things and not really getting as much as they could out of it. Or they could be taking a lot less and getting a lot bigger reward for what they are taking. So, you know, I'm all about working smarter, not harder, in any area of my life. Like, it doesn't matter whether it is working out in the garden, working on a farm, working in my business, my offices, whatever it is. Like, I'm all about working smarter and not working yourself to an early grave. I see so many people do that. And so many people not alone, they don't work smarter, but they just neglect themselves when they are working. I don't see what the point of skimping on your health, just trying to accumulate wealth, when the majority of Americans now that do that just end up spending all that wealth just trying to get back their health. So let's look at it. What are some of the great antioxidants that are out there? What are some of the best things you can do for yourself? What's the biggest bang for your buck? Well, number one is, I'm going to talk about today, I'm only talking about three, but one of the biggest, antioxidant. one of the strongest, 550 times stronger than vitamin E, 6,000 times stronger than vitamin C. It's actually an extract from microgreen algae, very commonly found in Hawaii, but it works well against all oxidation. In fact, it's known as the internal sunscreen. So they've actually done studies on this that show that when people just eat this antioxidant, it works better than sunscreens for killing oxidation in your cells. It protects the brain, and the brain is the most susceptible to oxidation. These are things that lead towards Alzheimer's, dementia. Right now, people are getting diagnosed with Alzheimer's in their 40s. So you can never start taking these antioxidants too early. Antioxidant also decreases inflammation. And if you've heard me talk before, inflammation is the root of all disease. And when your cells are inflamed, you are going to be sick. Your body is going to create chronic disease, and your life is going to be miserable. And the more we can get that inflammation down into normal levels, the body is going to thank you. You're going to thank you. People around you are going to thank you because you're not going to be cranky anymore because you're in pain and miserable all the time, right? So, let's just talk a little bit about some real talk. Now, I always love ways to help improve our lives, whether it be physical, chemical, or even emotional. One of the stories I think about is about the woodcutter. So once upon a time, long time ago, there was a very strong woodcutter. He was amazing. He was just like the Paul Bunyan of his day, right? And he was asked by this timber merchant to come work for him because he thought, man, this guy would be amazing. He's super strong. So the pay was really good. The work conditions were great. So he's like, hey, let's go for it. So for those reasons, this new woodcutter was determined to do his best and to really just rock at what he did. So his boss gave him an axe, showed him the area that he was supposed to work in. The first day, the woodcutter brought in 18 trees. The boss was ecstatic. He's like, hey, congratulations. You're doing awesome. Looks like the best anyone's ever done on their first day. Keep on going. Head on that direction. So super motivated by the boss's words, the woodcutter went out, tried even harder the next day, but he could only bring in 15 trees. Third day he went out, tried even harder, but he could only bring in 10. And day after day, he was bringing in less and less trees. He thought to himself, man, I must be losing my strength. He went to his boss to go apologize because he just wasn't reaching his quota and say, man, I just don't understand what's going on. And the boss said, when was the last time you sharpened your axe? Sharpen? The woodcutter said, I have had no time to sharpen my axe. I've been too busy trying to cut these trees. Well, oftentimes in our own lives, we get so busy in life with jobs, kids, family, that we forget to sharpen our own axe when it comes to our health. So we cling to old principles that we learned years ago that were actually wrong or that don't work for our bodies because maybe our lifestyle has changed, but we haven't taken the time to think differently or taken the time to make a different change in our life so that we can be there for things that are most important to us. Because without your health, you have nothing. And if you're just taking everyone else's word for it, you are going to be the sickest person in the pack. Because when you look at Americans right now, we are sicker than any other country. So if you keep doing the same thing that your buddy's doing, or that your friend's doing, or that your coworker is doing, or that your doctor that's 40 pounds overweight is doing, then you're probably going to get some pretty bad results. And you're not going to change much at all. So let's get into number 2. Now that you're thinking about that. Alpha lipoic acid, also known as ALA. Really key here. Most people are not getting the nutrients they need in most of the supplements they're taking, not just the food, because most supplements are junk. Alpha lipoic acid is key because it actually helps attack free radicals. Now, this is really key because free radicals lead to cancer, degeneration, speeds up that aging process, right? And so it actually protects vitamins like vitamin C and E and actually helps boost their effects. And it's also beneficial for things like glaucoma, hepatitis C, diabetes, MS, Parkinson's, heart disease, cancer, liver disease, and I'm sure there's others out there as well, but those are just some of the ones that I've researched myself. But these are actually found in foods you eat, right? So they're found in the dark green leafy veggies, which we know you should be taking, or I should be rather eating 2 to 3 times a day. You should be eating these green leafy vegetables, multiple servings, as many as you can. But they're also found in things like grass-fed beef. So one of the best power foods you could do is have grass-fed meat with a power green wrap, right? Do the power greens, wrap it like a burrito or whatever you want. But the cool thing about these is that they're water and fat soluble, which means the brain can really use the alpha lipoic acid. Brain health, so important. So if you're taking certain drugs, a lot of times doctors will discourage people from actually eating green veggies. So if people are on things like warfarin, blood thinners, they will actually tell you not to eat green veggies. And it's one of the most ridiculous things I see, because I get it. If you take more of these green veggies, yes, it has clotting factors and it can make and screw with your blood clotting ability. However, if you keep starving yourself of these green veggies, you're going to have a problem somewhere else in your life, because you're going to have free radicals running rampant in your body, developing cancer, chronic inflammation, and other disease, and your thinning of the blood is going to be the least of your worries. So antioxidants and oxidants, they're essential, but they turn on and turn off DNA. That's why it's so important that we surround ourselves with a good environment, meaning our lifestyle, what we expose ourselves to. Because when we have antioxidants, it helps rebuild our DNA, turns on properties to fight disease, and it's the difference between becoming like your parents that are maybe in a nursing home or struggling with their health, or you having just a better life. And we look at number 3 here, one of my favorites, which is glutathione. So glutathione, it's made in the body, in the liver. Most people are deficient in it, but it's very important in fighting free radicals. It picks up free radicals like a magnet, helps you pull them out of your body. By age 45, the average American is at 0. Helps chronic inflammation, stops that production. Your body can't get rid of toxins fast enough without the production of this. And it's found in things like broccoli, cauliflower, kale, even avocados. But the Journal of Anti-Aging showed this cool test, and what they showed was that glutathione is the best for slowing down the aging process. And those that had high levels, get this, would be looking, they say 40 years younger than those that didn't have high levels of glutathione. That's huge, a 40-year difference. So just remember, these 3 things, glutathione, alpha lipoic acid, antioxidant, try to figure out how to get them into your body. And until next time, remember this, you need no help healing, just no interference.
Thanks for listening, and we hope you enjoyed today's episode. Please help more people in reaching their fullest potential, and rate, review, and subscribe to this podcast. For show notes and other free resources we mentioned today, go to newedgewellness.com.